guys? So men think it's so expensive to take a woman out, right? But they never look at it from our perspective. Beauty products are expensive, right? 100% of my dates are a waste of makeup. That is 2 hours of foundation I'll never get back in my life. These online dating apps are just this constant competition for how many countries people have been to. You guys notice this? It's like, Steve, I've been to 30 countries. Dan, I've been to 40 countries. Me. Nobody cares how many countries you've been to. What I want to know is, do you have a trust fund? Do you? Get the hell out. Oh, man. So I recently started my own business. Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks. And so my business helps to develop and grow other small businesses. And I'm not making a ton of money right now, partly because I'm not very good at developing and growing other small businesses. So I got a letter from the state of New York deeming me low income. In any other part of the country, I would be mortified. But in New York, I'm trendy. Hashtag almost homeless. So I read an article recently where Charlize Theron says she's been single for 10 years. And I'm single. So all of a sudden, I have everything in common with Charlize Theron. I'm tall, I'm blonde, I'm leggy, I'm a supermodel. I'm an Oscar winner, obviously. I have 2 children from somewhere in Zimbabwe. They're very cute. So my parents are baby boomers, and my biggest struggle is their struggle with technology, okay? So my dad writes his entire email in the subject line. It's partly because he has so little to say to me. I'm a disappointment. My mom writes in acronyms, so she'll say, hey BBG, hey baby girl. LYL, love you lots. And she'll say, GTGSC. No. Gotta go smoke crack. Baby boomers are bored, they need to experiment. It's crazy. Speaking of my parents, every Tuesday afternoon, I go to see my therapist. So I've been seeing him for 5 years, and it's the longest relationship I've been in. His name is Andrew. And I picture Tuesday nights at his house, right? What does that look like? Like, he walks in the door, he drops his briefcase, and his wife is sitting on the couch, and she's like straight up eating popcorn. And she's like, oh my God, it was Alexis Tuesdays, tell me everything. And he says it was the same. She cried the entire time. She talked about how no one is ever gonna love her, and she thinks she's Charlize Theron. And she says, well, but did she try to kill herself yet? And he says, no, but wait till she sees him at a network. Some of you will get that later. Insurance jokes are hard. So speaking of supportive, I told my sister I'm doing some comedy, A normal sister may say something like, I'm so proud of you, sis, or tell me one of your jokes. My sister says, do you write your own material? And I said, no. I tell the audience the same thing I tell my therapist, but they laugh. So last week I went to therapy, and there was someone else in the waiting room. And I was like, oh gosh, Andrew, he double booked me, And I used to work in mental health, so I know that if a therapist double books, they're going to take the sicker of the 2 people. That is the truth. So I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, this is a no-brainer, right? He's sick. He's got a lot of issues. He needs Andrew today. So Andrew comes out and he looks at him and he looks at me and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then he looks at him and he looks at me and he looks at him and he looks at me and I'm thinking, dude, this should not be a hard decision. Hello? And he looks at him and he looks at me and he looks at him and all of a sudden it becomes this game show of like, who's sicker, right?